If the Jeudevine wasn't here, I would probably just stay home and watch videos like 24/7.
I'll just play Fortnite.
When I think of the library, I think it's really a community gathering place.
It's so wonderful to have a space where really everyone is welcome. Like absolutely everyone.
Jeudevine is serving right now as a catch-all for kids after school, for families with young children, and for adults who are using the collection, need a place to work, or are using the internet.
Sometimes there's like activities like Lego Club, and actually today there is knitting.
They give snacks.
Snacks too.
It's really an important part of the household economy of a young family to have programs and services.
Like, you know, there's not a lot of places to go after school. Younger kids especially, there's not a lot for them to just like go and hang out and like make sure people are watching them, make sure they're doing good things and like, you know, really enjoying themselves.
If we had this special youth room, the kids could go, they could play with their Legos without bothering anybody at all. It'd be great. I think the kids would actually come in a lot more.
The real need of the expansion, I don't see it so much as a place for books as a place for people.
There's not that much room.
The library currently is very cramped.
You walk right into all the people crammed on the computers, and there's no privacy there, and that's an issue.
You can't get wheelchairs through the stacks of books.
The bathroom's down this little spiral staircase downstairs. There's no handicapped accessibility.
Because you have to go into the dungeon. That's what they call it.
Sooner or later, this library will not be allowed to continue, and we lose the resource. The architect plan for the addition as it is now includes this great big open room
where people can actually go and have conferences. And those conferences can go on at the same time as library services, which we cannot do right now.
Just having a community meeting space that's comfortable. Because right now in Hardwick, there's not a lot of spaces where you can get a group of people together and be comfortable.
That there would be a room that the town would be proud of, would want to use, that it would be a first choice. Not a, well, we could do it at the library basement kind of thing, but let's get that room before somebody else does.
Everything grows, everything expands, or should, but it has to do so at a reasonable rate. It has to be necessary and it has to be cost effective.
On the committee, a constant thought was about not overspending, no extravagance, really keeping it within the limits of what's necessary.
There were 12, 14 people on that committee, all from around town here, all with the different ideas what we should have.
This design is, without being brutal and cold, is very simple and practical. And I don't think there's any extra expense that isn't truly necessary in it.
And hopefully it will basically pay for itself in usage. They've got a good foothold on some other money, some donations from different sources without putting it on the property taxpayers.
And there's a lot more money to be raised before the town is even asked for $1. And it's going to serve the town of Hardwick for hopefully another 100 years or so.
It's just something that we have to get used to, is that we do need this change. And it'd just be really, I want to say better, but it's more than that. It's more than better.
There's so much that could happen if people would just like, you know, oh, I have to pay, you know, a little bit more. But if that means that kids for generations get to use a wonderful space, then I'm really planting a seed for the future of Hardwick. And that's not a thing that a lot of people can get to say about it. Like, yeah, I help contribute to Hardwick's future. That's a big thing.
A lot of people give charitably to a lot of organizations that are far away. And here is something of great need right here in our community. And a small amount of money here can really go a long way.